some weird shit.
Millennium 2735, between 120, that's 17, good day. Between 120 and 17, good day, Millennium 2735.
So is this an UFO? Is this a grouping of UFOs? Now, did you see how closely the objects are flying in formation at about 400 miles an hour? If you were in the Air Force or the Navy, a jet pilot, this takes years and years of practice to have this tight of a formation and this uniform movement together. And you can tell that these are moving in and out of the clouds, so they're either moving up and down in formation, or it could be something else, right? So two thoughts that I had is...
And before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakadash. I want to give double honors to the men that taught me this word. I want to give honor and respect to the brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly dividing the word in truth and sincerity. And I want to say shalom to the believers, you brothers and sisters out there. So yeah, and as you can see in that clip, those are the chariots. Those are not UFOs. When you come into this ministry, into this thing, you learn about the Lord's chariots. You learn that those chariots, which are referred to as UFOs by the rest of these people who don't know what's going on, those are the chariots who gonna save the Israelites from the destruction. That's where we going when we get beamed up, Lord will, you know. Everybody, it's funny because you heard what he said. It takes years and to get that formation down, but you know, through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, hey, trust me, that's the heavenly host in the controlling those that's driving those those chariots, man. It ain't take no years for them to learn that. They know that. They know how to drive them things, you know. And we ain't seen nothing yet, you know. That's just a tip. That's just the tip of the iceberg. What's so funny is they said, I think they seen 144. It was like 144 chariot sightings or something to that nature. It was, I remember it was 144. I don't know if it was like 144. I doubt if it was 144,000, but I believe it was like 144 chariot sightings, you know, and that's just through the spirit, man. And hey, that's what's coming to say the elect. So we won't, you know, be destroyed by them ICBMs. Matter of fact, I ain't had that lined up, but now that I said it, I'm going to go ahead and get it. Let me see. Wisdom of Solomon 5. We're going to start at 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. See? So when those chariots come, you know what I'm saying, the average person will be scared. They might, you know, they've seen the movies. Esau, Edom, then presented the chariots as UFOs and aliens. You know, you got these green aliens with big heads and big black eyes. He done presented the world with that. So people don't understand that that's our salvation, but we understand. And that's why we got to be thankful. And we got to thank Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah for giving us the outside, for giving us, you know, making us up in this fashion to believe in the unbelievable. But right here, you see in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. You see what I'm saying? That's strange. If you was to tell somebody in your family, like, yeah, you know, the world, USA, America, Babylon the Great gonna get destroyed by missiles. But hold on, this the kicker. The elect gonna get saved by chariots, which y'all think is UFOs. Your people might want to put you in a crazy house, you know? And I ain't had that lined up, but that's just through the Spirit, you know? Spirit wanted me to bring that out, you know? So what I want to get into, you know, because this really get me excited, you know? That's our salvation, Israel, you know? Isaiah 31:5, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. See? And what was them chariots doing? Look at that formation. You know what I'm saying? Look at that formation right there. That's birds flying, you know? Man. Let's go to Zechariah 5. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I always do that with that. All right, Zechariah 5, starting at 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and I looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. So you see, he's seen that flying roll, right? You know, and them chariots, they coming. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to be just 12. I believe they said it was like 12. It's going to be, and I'm going to get into that. Revelations 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. You see what I'm saying? So, them clouds, you know, Yahushua coming with them clouds, which when we refer to clouds, you're referring to the chariots. And I'm going to get into that. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 10, right? And let's start at 9. It said, and when I looked, behold, the 4 wheels by the cherubims, and that's the angels, 1 wheel by 1 cherub, and another wheel by another cherub. And the appearance of the wheel was as the color of a beryl stone. Verse 10, and as for their appearances, they 4 had one likeness, as if a wheel had been in the midst of a wheel. See what I'm saying? And let's get some edification on that. See? And when you look at it, that's a wheel. And then you see the wheel inside of a wheel. If you look at all of these, we can go to this one. See, if you look at the top, that's a wheel inside of another wheel. Okay? That's a wheel inside of a wheel. Let's go to Ezekiel. I'm going to just run through it. This is going to be quick. You know, I seen a brother with the video. I thought I might just bring out some edification of myself. Ezekiel 1:4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, and a great cloud. There we go again with the clouds, right? A great cloud, and a fire enfolded in itself, and brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, and out of the midst of the fire. Okay. So let's jump down. Matter of fact, let me get some. Let's go to that cloud, because I want to show y'all something. All right, let's go to Psalms 104, right? And start at 3, and it says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot? See? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. See? Maketh the clouds his chariots. So you see how the scriptures, is really linking up, right? And then when we go back to Ezekiel 1, let's jump down here to 16. And it say the appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness. You know what I'm saying? And their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel again. And let's jump to 18, verse 18. As for the rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them. Okay, so let's go. Let me do something real quick for edification's sake. When you go NLT, it said the rims of the four wheels were tall and frightening, and they were covered with eyes all around them, right? Even the ESV, it says, as their rims were tall and awesome, and the rims of all four were filled of eyes all around them, right? And look at that. See, that's the scriptures bringing to light our salvation, Israel. The scriptures ain't lying. Look what it said. The rims of the four wheels were tall and frightening, and they were covered with eyes all around. Look, these is covered with eyes all around. You see what I'm saying? And then even if you go jump back up to 16, it says the appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness, meaning they looked alike, right? Let's just go to for edification's sake. NLT. The wheels sparkled as if it made a beryl. All four wheels looked alike and were made the same. Each wheel had a second wheel turning crosswise within it. See? So there we go. And then if you go back to the video, you see they in a formation. They all look alike. None of them look different. See what I'm saying? Man. Hey. Now what I want to do is I want to go into, I'm going to have to go to the Apocrypha for this. I want to go to 2nd Esdras, 13th chapter, right? Now, we already read in Revelation 1:7, right? How the Lord is coming in the cloud and every eye gonna see him, right? All right, so and we already know if you in this, if you new to this, to the truth, and for you people that know, all right, if you knew the Lord coming with the Archangel Michael in the heavenly host, right? And that's when the elect, they gonna get beamed up because the heavenly host, Archangel, led by Yahweh Shai, is coming to do damage on earth. All right. They coming to wreak havoc in them chariots, Now, 2nd Esdras 13, we're going to get a little edification on that. Starting at 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. All right. Now, verse 3, it says that man waxed strong with the thousands of heavens. Right. All right. So now let's go to Psalms 68. And let's start at 17. And it says the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in his holy place. But the point I was trying to make is, if you go to the NLT, it says surrounded by innumerable thousands of chariots. The Lord came from Mount Sinai into his sanctuary. All right. Go to the ESV, it says the chariots of the Most High are twice 10,000, thousands upon thousands, okay? Thousands upon thousands. And when you go back to 2 Esdras 13:3, it says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. See, them chariots, they gonna be shooting laser beams fire at a heat that you can't even fathom. All right. Verse 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And that's referring to Esau, Edom, and all these nations. They're going to band together to try to fight Yahushua. And I mean, how silly that sound. That's the Lord going to put the spirit on them to do that. And you're going to see. Verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. And that mountain is referring to the fathership, a chariot, a big chariot. OK, that's why when they come, it's going to be seen. The whole earth going to see Yahushua, because that chariot going to be so huge. And then he going to be coming with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of the heavenly host with the archangel Michael as well. And everybody in the world, nobody in the world is going to be like, oh, I didn't even see it. No, everybody's going to see it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it means in verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, but I could not. That means it was so big, he didn't know where it started and where it ended. And after this, I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Like I said, you know, Esau, Edom, these other nations with their armies, they going to come try to, you know, fight Yahushua. That's why if you do any research about the space force, that's really because the elites, you know, the elites of Esau, Edom, they know what's going on. They know the scriptures. They know prophecies. And they're going to gear up to try to fight. As it said here in verse 8, they going to be scared, but the Lord going to put the spirit on them to fight so they can just get destroyed. It's going to be a one-hitter quitter. It's not even going to be, you know. That's why in the scriptures it said it took, 1 hour to destroy? You know. And verse 8 again, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. He ain't had them chariots. That was enough, you know. And you got the angels, Archangel Michael. He going to be doing this thing too. Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out his mouth, referring to the chariots. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of a numerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. See? So that's going to be the end right there. That's going to be it. You know what I'm saying? Esau, Edom, the rest of these nations, they ain't got nothing for Yahushua. Nothing. It's going to be, basically, it'll be a one-hitter quitter, you know? But I just thought I'd bring this out because, you know, the UFOs, they call them unidentified flying objects. I think they switched the name, but we call them identifying flying objects because we know what they are. You see what I'm saying? And now, hopefully, you've been edified so you know what they are. And, you know, I hope you were edified. And until the next lesson, Shalom.